My mindset as a traveler is always to get as engrossed as I can in the local culture, to learn what's important to them and figure out how I can give back and just be in a position of service every time that I visit. It's a given that I'm going to enjoy most destinations. My background in conservation helps shape my travels because it helps me see destinations from a different lens. Good morning.
Welcome.
Rick.
Kylie.
Taylor.
Kylie,
Nice to meet you.
Awesome, nice to meet you too.
Here at iCare, we're approaching coral restoration a little differently. So about 95% of the corals that we put down are put down using recreational divers. So our staff provides the training and the education to these divers. We go out and we put the corals in their hands so they can be a part of rebuilding our reef.
As a conservationist myself, it was really cool to see the efforts that people are putting in to restoring those reefs. Being able to get down with some scuba gear and get really up close and see the people putting their hands in the reefs and doing that work to replant the coral and seeing all the fish that they said weren't even here that long ago was really inspiring.
It was definitely an overwhelming experience, but in a good way because now it hits home, so now I'm understanding how important it is that we restore them.
All right, you guys want to go find some birds?
Yeah.
All right.
See what's here. So a lot of these birds in the spring, they look pretty spiffy. They fly up north, try to find a mate, raise a clutch of chicks, spend a couple months doing that, and then they come back down here again in the winter. We've got some really hard to find stuff like it's a funny sounding name, but mangrove cuckoo, which is probably the hardest bird to find in Florida. That's the magnificent frigate bird I was talking about.
We got to hear the sounds of the birds, learn more about the different types and species of birds and how endangered they are, but then also understand why they come to the Florida Keys. It became a more interesting experience.
A conch is a native-born Key Wester, means you're from the Florida Keys. Your roots are, deep in the grass flats and in the oceans.
Fishing in the Keys was super cool. We went out driving around the mangroves. Great day out on the water.
The Florida Keys is a tropical paradise. It's got the only living coral reef in the United States, a series of islands connected with bridges. But beyond that, I think it's kind of maybe an end-of-the-road mentality, live and let live, tolerant, but also deeply connected to the ocean and to the environment around us.
Environmental education is really what we do for every guest. It's important that our guests learn about the ecosystems in the Florida Keys and all the animals contained within. You ready to feed some stingrays?
Yep,
Yeah.
Let's do it.
They don't have the best table manners, do they? The conch life is a community of tight-knit people that have been here a long term and want to see survival of the Florida Keys and the ecosystems. And I'm one of those people.
Nice to meet you,
I'm
Rick.
Taylor.
Hi, Taylor. Nice to meet you guys.
It's cool enough to be able to go out and catch a fish and take it home for dinner, but it's even better when, you're doing it for a purpose at the same time. So being able to get rid of some of these lionfish that are invasive and also have a delicious meal that same night doesn't get much better. I think it's important to have buy-in in any type of effort like this. And in the Keys, you can definitely tell that everybody is bought into the process, to what the priorities are in terms of restoring the reefs. So I think there's power in numbers, and they have that here. I think travelers can explore the Keys with more of a conservation mindset if they're just aware of what's going on by talking to the locals, doing their research a little bit about the issues that the destination has, and just making sure that they're an asset to it while they're there.
It was so cool seeing all the people, boots on the ground, doing their part to help the environment. These are the real conservation heroes.
Conch life is coral restoration.
Conch life means conservation.
Being part of the Florida Keys.
The conch life is fishing, it's diving, it's doing everything you can for your neighbor and your community.
I'm sold on the conch life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready to be a conch.